Imagine a prison so secure, so isolated, and so feared that officials once believed escape was impossible. A place where the icy waters, brutal currents, and razor-sharp winds of the San Francisco Bay formed a natural barrier stronger than any concrete wall. Yet in 1962, three inmates, Frank Morris and brothers John and Clarence Anglin, pulled off one of the most daring escapes in American history. And more than 60 years later, the world still can't agree on whether they lived or died. Today, we're breaking down the mystery behind the escape from Alcatraz, a story that remains one of the most debated unsolved cases in the United States. The legend begins long before the escape. Frank Morris was no ordinary inmate. He was highly intelligent, scoring in the top 2% on intelligence tests. The Anglin brothers were seasoned bank robbers known for their quiet discipline and methodical planning. When these three men were assigned adjacent cells on Alcatraz, the most secure prison in America at the time, the perfect storm began to form. And what unfolded next would stun guards, baffle investigators, and rewrite history. Every night, as the prison lights dimmed and guards marched down the tier with flashlights, Morris and the brothers worked silently behind the walls of their cells. They carved out ventilation ducts using stolen tools, including a simple metal spoon transformed into a miniature chisel. While guards believed everything was under control, these men were transforming their cells into escape tunnels. To hide the growing holes in the walls, they built fake vents out of cardboard and paint, blending them seamlessly with the cell surroundings. And the noise? They masked it with the prison's loud music hours and routine clatter. Step by step, they chipped away at what was supposed to be an impenetrable fortress, but getting out of the cells was only the beginning. Above the cell block, hidden in the rafters, the men created a secret workshop. Inside that cramped, dark space, they crafted a raft and life vests, all made from over 50 stolen raincoats. They painstakingly glued and stitched them together, sealing the seams using heat from the prison's old steam pipes. It wasn't just clever, it was genius. Then came the most iconic part of the plan, the dummy heads. Made from soap, toilet paper, and real hair stolen from the prison barbershop, the fake heads looked shockingly real. They were designed to fool guards during nightly bed checks, buying the escapees precious hours before anyone realized they were gone. But on the night of June 11th, 1962, everything was ready. Morris and the Anglin brothers slipped through the ventilation shafts, climbed up 30 feet of plumbing to the roof, and quietly maneuvered across the building. They scrambled down a kitchen pipe, cut across the yard, and disappeared into the cold, black waters of the bay on their makeshift raft. By the time guards discovered the empty beds, it was far too late. The greatest escape in Alcatraz history had already begun. What happened after that moment remains one of America's biggest mysteries. The FBI spent 17 years investigating the case, eventually concluding that the men likely drowned in the bay. The water was freezing, the currents violent, and their raft questionable at best. No confirmed sightings ever surfaced, at least nothing the FBI accepted, but not everyone agrees with the official story. Over the years, dozens of clues have surfaced suggesting a very different ending. One of the most compelling came from the Anglin family. They claimed to have received Christmas cards signed by the brothers, with handwriting experts saying the writing was a possible match. A family friend also reported seeing the brothers alive in Brazil during the 1970s. There's even a photograph that surfaced showing two men, believed by some experts to be the Anglin brothers, living on a farm in South America. Then there's the mysterious letter sent to the San Francisco Police Department in 2013. It was supposedly written by one of the escapees, offering to surrender in exchange for medical care. The FBI analyzed the letter but could never confirm or deny its authenticity. It remains one of the most unsettling pieces of the puzzle. Theories continue to divide the public. Some experts argue the raft was too well constructed for amateurs to fail. Others point to the fact that no bodies were ever found in a bay that often returns drowning victims within days. Meanwhile, skeptics say the temperature, currents, and lack of supplies made survival nearly impossible. And so, the mystery continues. Unresolved, unprovable, and unforgettable. What we do know is this. The Alcatraz escape showed the world that even the most secure systems can be outsmarted. It proved that ingenuity, patience, and determination can break through barriers thought to be unbreakable. And in a way, that might be why this story still captivates millions today. It's not just about crime. It's about the human instinct to survive. That if you enjoyed diving into this iconic American mystery, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more deep dive stories, and hit the bell so you never miss future episodes. And let me know in the comments, do you think Morris and the Anglin brothers made it to freedom, or did the Bay claim their lives? Because until someone comes forward with the truth, the escape from Alcatraz will remain one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in U.S. history.